Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team here on the PS5 with Brabham Racing. Tonight, round 20, we head to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Mexican Grand Prix. And after a pretty disastrous attempt to stream using OBS through the PC yesterday, we are back to streaming the old-fashioned way, direct from the console today. I will continue to try and figure out exactly where I'm going wrong with PC streaming, but it will be coming at some point. Just not until I know it's working properly. So, let's see, where are we? It is the day of the Grand Prix. Drivers are both looking pretty happy. Some lovely stats there for Oscar. George's stats not quite so good. I'm not quite sure why he is so miserable in terms of his performance there. Let's see, he's unhappy with his performance versus teammate. That'll be going against his stats slightly. Everything's fine there. Unhappy with facilities. That'll be going against him a little bit there, but I would have expected his stats to be a little higher than they are. Curious. Right, let's take a quick look at the car. Have we got all the parts that we need? We are down a spare on side pods, but apart from that, we're fine. Both running the chassis, the front wing, the rear wing. They're both on the right side pod. Same underfloor, same suspension. So the cars are spec'd equally. That's good. We have got some research going through at the moment, as you can see. I've got a little bit of cash left over, waiting for the ATR period, I think, and just an extra little bit of cash so we can do the wings. We are 3 days away. So after the Grand Prix, we'll be able to get a really good project, research-wise, done on one of our wings. And, well, maybe both, actually. Maybe both wings we can get going. Although we'll have to wait for one of our projects to finish to get the other one started. 8 days there, the chassis and the side pod. We haven't done any wing research at all yet for next season. But we have now covered off the chassis and the side pod for the changes that they're making. We've done a little bit on the underfloor, a little bit on the suspension. So we need to start focusing on other areas of the car now. And it's too late for us now, as we're into the second race of our triple header here, and then we've got a little gap and then another triple header. It's too late for us to really do any more development if we want to get it on the car this year. So we may as well just focus now on researching for next season. How you doing, Clark? How you doing, Dino? Good to see you guys. Let's have a quick overview of where we stand in the championships. Top of the Constructors' Championship now by nearly 200... No, wait, not nearly 200 points. By 147 points. It's not quite 100. It's not quite nearly 200, is it? It's like nearly 150. But, yeah, a nice, healthy lead in the Constructors there. 147 points clear. In the Drivers... we're 40 points clear of Ocon with Oscar, as you can see. George and Lando, just 6 points between them. And George is 58 points behind Ocon. I don't think he can challenge for second unless he starts winning a lot of races. And there aren't that many races left. So I think George is probably just going to be having to contend for third place. But it's going to be a very tight battle with Lando. We do not have as good a car as the Red Bull or the McLaren at the moment. If we do a quick look at the comparison there, on paper, you can see pretty balanced in the downforce for Alonso's car. Let's see if it's different for Ocon. Is his car better? No, they are exactly the same. Okay, let's do the same with McLaren. Let's check whether McLaren are running different spec cars. They're running the same spec as well. So there are two big rivals. So let's do a comparison, first of all, against Lando. So they are very strong in the downforce. Look at that. They are top. We go back to car 1. There we go. They are top in the downforce in all three categories, and they're very strong in the dirty air as well. We're only slightly better than them. We're the only car that is. They've got the best DRS as well. They've got a pretty quick car in terms of straight line speed. Acceleration, not so good. In terms of actual numbers, though, let's have a look and see how much we're lacking. So we're down not that much in terms of speed. It's 0.13 kilometers an hour, which it's not insignificant. We have got a pretty good advantage in acceleration. We're down, just under 3% in DRS, so we're not too far off there. Downforce is closer than it looks in the low speed, but we are lacking a little bit in the medium and the high in comparison to them. And we're 1.5% better than them in the dirty air. So yeah, McLaren is definitely going to be a problem. And let's do the same now with Red Bull. Red Bull also have a quick car. They have a mighty acceleration. They have pretty good balance on the downforce, which is pretty comparable to us, at least in the low speed. They do have a little bit of an advantage in the medium and high, but not as much as McLaren do. We have a nice 3.5% advantage in the dirty air. Got quite a big tyre wear advantage as well. We are down 0.5 kilometre in terms of speed, which is quite a lot. And we've got a big deficit in acceleration as well. And we're down, 2% in the DRS. So it's not as ideal as it could be. We're not as far away as the numbers might suggest in terms of ranking, but we are still trailing them. And we're not getting any extra performance out of our car this season. So we're going to have to make do and hope that we can get the points that we need. One other thing we also would need is a little bit more in the DHL competition, just to try and pull away from Alpine. I don't think we're going to be able to contest for fourth place with Mercedes, but if we can consolidate fifth and make that our own, that'll be worth a nice little chunk of change at the end of the season. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that our pit crew can keep performing for us. Let's get some targets set for tonight. So, 7th for Oscar, yes. What do we have in terms of activities? We have... that's why George's performance is down. He's got race day appearances. That makes sense. And we have factory stuff. That's fine. We've got a wind tunnel hire going on as well. That'll be worth a nice little bit of cash at the end of the 6-week period. 10th for George. Should be able to manage that too without too much problems. How you doing, Cloud?
We return once more to the hustle and bustle of Mexico City. Music is in the air this weekend, but it's not mariachi we'll be hearing. It's going to be the roar of the engines and the cheers of the crowd. Formula One is back in the very heart of Mexico City at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez.
Taking a look at the top of the constructors' standings, we've got a team that's starting to pull away. And the next rounds are still crucial to decide the final order of the season.
Let's see then how the weekend unfolds.
You started a new career with Peugeot Sport. Did you use my logo or have you created your own? He used mine. Okay, well, that's why I put it on the channel, so it's there for people to use. Let's put Jack in the car today. We'll keep George in his car. We can't really hurt his mentality anymore because he's already being hurt by doing the sponsor stuff. So we'll give Jack a run out. All right, what do I want to do setup wise here? It's pretty low downforce in theory because it's quite a fast track, but at the same time it's very, very thin air, so it's actually higher downforce than people initially think. We're going to go with somewhere around, I think, a 13 on the wing for the rear wing, but let's swap out the parts before we do that. Let's go with the older engine. Let's go with the older ERS. And let's go with that gearbox. There we go. Actually, I didn't think, what's the weather like this weekend? Cloudy on the race. Okay, that'll help. Alright, so I want to go 19 laps around Mexico, but because we're putting Jack in the car, we're going to overfuel just in case we get it right. We can keep him out on one run and then call him in, and that's in done. So let's see. Let's go with like a 7 on the front. We'll go with a 13. We'll go with a 1.9. We'll whack that all the way up as well, and we'll leave that in the middle because I don't know which way to send that. Let's move over to George. We'll keep him on the hard tires. Swap out some parts for him. That engine. And that ERS. And that gearbox. There we go. I'm going to go slightly different on this one. So I'm actually going to drop the wing down to a 12.5, I think, for the rear on this one. And let's go with... Do I go up? Yeah, I'm going to go up instead. I'm going to go 13.5. Let's go with a 6.5 or 6. Let's go with a 6.5. Let's go with a 3.7. So we'll pull that in a little bit. This time, I'm going to bring this all the way down, and we'll see what happens with that. 19 laps for a run. There we go, and let's send them onto the track.
Sessions should be starting now.
Where did you see it? Did you see it on the channel, Cloud, or did you see it on Reddit?
Can you hear me okay? Yeah, radio's loud and clear. Radio check. Copy, radio check. Copy that, loud and clear.
And we want to generate some temperature for this outlet.
Copy. Stay off the curbs.
I would imagine Jack's going to be slower, even though he's got soft tyres on, because his car's in worse shape, and he's running with more fuel as well. Yeah, generally I post, you know, before I do a logo tutorial, I'll post it in the F1 Manager subreddit, and sometimes I'll create a livery or race overalls and stuff to go with it as well, which I don't show in the videos. So it's always worth checking those out. Evening, Adrian. Let me see if I can find the thread where I actually.
Check the tyres.
Tyre temps are still low.
What am I trying to do now? There we go. It's my profile, posts. Yeah, there we go. This is the one. There we go. That's the first draft of the logo. I then improved it in a later post, but the livery that I created is in there as well. So I think Yuki will get the drive at Red Bull. I hope so. I hope so. If he doesn't, he's basically his Red Bull career is done. He's never. If he doesn't get it this now, he's never going to get it. So if he gets it at Red Bull, he could be there for a while. If he doesn't get it, that could be Yuki leaving Red Bull entirely at the end of next season and trying to find a drive somewhere else. Because it will be clear that the team will have no faith in him. So we'll see what happens. But he's definitely improved a lot since his debut. Evening, Jack. Evening, Daniel. How many seasons am I doing with Brabham? I'm doing at least one more. Doing at least one more season. I don't know if I'm going to do a season 5 or not. Okay? I might end after season 4.
Understood.
But we will be starting a new series on Twitch once I've finally got that all figured out. You know, a JBR Racing. Yeah, JB Racing, JBR. Where do I think Perez will go if he leaves Red Bull? I think he'll just retire.
Feedback on the car?
Oh, reasonable.
Copy that.
%84% is not good enough. I mean, maybe Cadillac will offer him a way back, but I don't know. Let's go with a 13.5. We'll go with that. See how that works out.
Are you happy with tyre temps?
Surface temperatures currently looking quite low.
Any ideas on the new set? Yeah, it's going to be JBR, right? It's going to be JBR, but it's going to be partnered up with different engine manufacturers. So I'll have, Honda or Ford. I've also got the option of Lamborghini, Porsche. All the badges that I've created, I'll be using those to represent engine partnerships. So if we use like Lamborghini engines, there will be Ferraris. If we use Porsche engines, there'll be Mercedes. If we use Ford or Honda, there'll be Red Bull powertrains. If I go with, say, Cadillac, I'll use Renault. So, yeah, I've got options. but it'll be my own team rather than a resurrection of an existing team or former team like we've done here. Try that.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Tyre temps.
We're happy to slide this tyre a little bit more, try and get it in the window.
What's the championship standing? I'm 147 points clear, 143 points clear. I think it's 147 in the constructors, 40 points clear in the drivers, with 5 races to go, including this one. But we've still got 2 more sprints to go as well. I've made the car worse. Evening, Victor. So that one is a 12.5, which means I've probably gone the wrong way. Well, no, we went from a 35 to a 13 with George, so George should be good. 7. Yeah, that looks good. Need to pull that back a little bit more. Or just push that up a bit more. Let's push that up to there. We'll go with that. I'll send Darren back out for another 10 laps just to make some progress on getting feedback again on this third setup. We've got feedback from George. He's up to a 92, so he's happier.
Are you happy with tyre temps?
Let him run a little bit longer.
How's the tyre?
I don't know how much more I'm going to get out of the tyre.
Copy.
Okay, let's push that up. Bring that down. Let's bring that down again. Try that. There we go. So, Duan will go back to development duties. Oscar can get in the car now. It's close, isn't it? It's really close. So we want the hard tyres for Oscar here. Run him for the whole session. We want to go with about 30 laps. And we've got to test that new setup there for George.
Okay, that's green light.
See how close we get. Evening, Farrah. $94 for George, so around 2%.
Very, very good job, guys.
Need to find a bit more. Well, actually, no. We don't really need to, do we? Because we've got the development boost.
How was that, Oscar?
97 for Oscar.
Copy, Oscar.
That's very, very good. If I get George up to about 52%, I'm going to call him in. And we'll take a look. 52, 53. That should theoretically give him 100% driver prep once he confirms the setup. Let's have a look. Oh, very close. And that means that should be everything it needs to be completely perfect. So we're going to need to go at least 55% with Oscar on his driver prep before we can call him in. I ended up staying up till about 9:30 this morning, chatting to a friend in the States and doing a lot of video editing and teaching her how to use Share Factory as well. So, by the time I got to bed, I was, absolutely exhausted, and I only woke up a couple of hours ago. So I've not looked into it today, but I do plan on doing that tomorrow. I'm going to try and
just say what you'd like on the
figure it out. There'll be some random short test videos going live on YouTube, or test streams going live on YouTube. And then I'll have another crack at Twitch as well at some point, I think. If you do see me go live during the day outside of the planned start time of 8 p.m, please do jump in, just so I can interact with you guys in the chat and actually check that the volumes are working and you can actually hear the audio. Because I do want to move away from streaming through the console itself and streaming through the PC with a better mic. But yeah, yesterday's attempt on Twitch did not go well. Oh, look at that, 99%. So, very, very close on the setup. George should now be at 100% driver prep once he confirms that new setup. Even without the new setup, he should be at 100 anyway, because we've gained a bit more track knowledge, and he was at, 97%, when we called him in. 98%, something like that. So I might not need to send him out at all in the next session. We've got penalties for Fittipaldi, Sargent, Sainz. Let's see, are they part penalties? Let's have a look. So Sainz, running a new engine. Sargent, running a new engine and a new gearbox. And Fittipaldi, running a new ERS. And there we go, look at that, we're at 99%. Excellent. I will send him out for a little bit, but I don't need to run him as long as I would normally. So, there we go, that has to be that. So George is good. We're not going to bother sending him back out again, we don't need to. And Oscar, I do need to send him out just briefly. Don't really want to mess with the setup, so we'll just do a quick 15 lap run. That should be all we'll need. Might not even need that.
Green light.
And there we go. He's at 100% driver prep. George will be once he's completed qualifying, or a lap in qualifying, so not worried about him. And there we go. That's it for us for this session. We're going to save a little bit of wear and tear on the car by not running them unnecessarily. We have got what we needed, which was the driver prep being at 100%. I am also kind of curious as to whether the game counts anything that goes over the 100% like this. So this will be a little experiment, because George will be much, much further along compared to Oscar in terms of prep, because he'll have 100% setup, 100% car part knowledge, and 80% track knowledge. So he's got an extra 6%. Well, no, sorry, an extra 5% from the setup confidence, and an extra maybe 5% on top from the track knowledge. So George's starting confidence level is higher than Oscar's. that'll be the reason why. They should theoretically be at the same starting confidence level. But we'll do this for science.
Will practice
Right,
pay off
time
for the
for quali.
drivers? Well, we're about to find out in qualifying.
Mexico City's thin air presents a real test to teams during qualifying laps. Reduced downforce can mean tricky cornering and a test for keeping the power units cool around this track.
In terms of George Russell and his form, Karun, how's he going to be feeling, do you imagine?
Actually, if you look at both teammates, there's really not a lot between them. But all drivers are competitive, and they'll be keen to be the team's standout performer.
You're going to want to join us for this, folks, so fasten your seatbelts.
All right, better parts going into the car. It's not an engine as good as I would have liked, but don't really want to spend 5 mil on a new one. That might unfortunately be the limiting factor in Oscar's title challenge this year. His engine just can't keep up. Right, I'm going to wait for someone to come out and try and sneak out behind them. I want to try and get through with just one run in this session, if at all possible. So we'll follow Leclerc.
Wake up those rear brakes.
Copy.
And we want to generate some temperature for this outlap.
Copy.
So you can see George very happy with the setup. George's very low confidence. There's a slightly longer bar, which is why his starting confidence is not quite as high in the very high confidence. Not quite sure why that is. That might just be, again, down to his mentality. But it's good. It's good. So his stats will be nicely boosted, as you can see. +4s across the board for Oscar, +4s and a couple of +3s for George.
All clear ahead. Good to go.
Good gap in front.
Let's go.
Right, we have got Stroll leaving the pit lane. Hopefully he will not get in the way into turn 1. I have a feeling he might do. Oh, God. Ruins the lap for both of our cars. Means we're probably going to have to run again. Leclerc quicker than both of us in the middle. No surprise there.
So we need to get that delta negative.
Yeah, we lost a lot of time there. We managed to cover it off with Oscar, but George lost out very heavily as the lead car there. Oh, and the indignity, Stroll goes even quicker than we do. Ah. That's just insult to injury, that is. Stroll ruins our laps and then goes quicker than us. So we saw a yellow flag flash up on our lap. It looks like that must have been for Fittipaldi making a mistake because he's aborted his lap, and that's why he's 21.5 seconds off the pace. No sign of Hamilton or Alonso yet. Waiting for Leclerc to come out for another run as well. Porsche now starting an outlap. All right. Let's try and get out behind Porsche. spacing looks to be a little bit better this time around, but once again, I can see traffic leaving the pit lane.
Oscar, you've got a clear track.
I think Alonso and Hamilton might be problems on this lap for us.
It's all clear ahead. Good to go.
That'll just be the story of our season, wouldn't it, if we don't get a clean run in qualifying. Right, we're not going to get held up through the opening chicane, that's good. I think Oscar's a little too far ahead of George to help George out. End of the lap might get a little messy here. God damn it. Oscar managed to get through with minimal lifting, but George completely blocked. Oh my word. There we go, Oscar's through.
So stop on your mark, switch off.
Cannot get a clean run.
P3.
These tyres are now past their best, but Leclerc's still in the drop zone. He's already on track though. Time is ticking away. I need to judge this right. Go out with about 2 minutes on the clock at the latest. Go out now. Behind Porsche. Evening, Wayne.
A few cars up ahead. Good to go.
So this has potential to be a purple lap for George. At the very least, this should get me through. I had to use the tyres up a lot more than I wanted to. There we go, through to 8th. And look at the gaps. 8th, and he's less than 3/10 behind Pourchaire in 9th, also less than 3/10 behind Norris's time. This is one of those circuits where qualifying margins can be tiny. Top 3 separated by less than 1/100th of a second. Sorry, by less than 1/10 of a second. Did Leclerc get through? Yes, he did. So, we know about the penalties. We've got an extra one. Got an extra 2. Joe and Fernando Alonso also have penalties. Alonso running a new engine. Let's take a look at Joe running a new ERS. Okay, so that's 5 cars with engine penalties today. So this won't be good enough to get us through, I don't think. But again, we're looking to just get a time on the board, hopefully a clean time. Only a 10th between them, that's all right.
Yeah, we will box end of this lap.
Covering.
Damn it, I didn't send Oscar out on the mediums in practice, so I've got an extra set. And I don't have a set for quali. Let's send him out behind behind George, and see if that will be enough to slipstream him through with the lack of grip.
We'll focus on the brakes a bit.
Covering.
Warm the tyres where you can.
Covering.
Deliberately went way earlier than I would normally do, just to try and make sure I got a clean run, and it looks like I'm going to have most of the track to myself here.
And you're good to open the lap.
I don't think Oscar's close enough to get the slipstream, but it's got better tyres in terms of remaining grip, so now it comes down to compound pace as to whether or not he can actually get through. If I'm lucky, I'll still have time to do an emergency run on the softs if I absolutely have to, but I'd rather not. Yellow flag, please don't be George. It's not.
Yellows ahead. Yellow flags. Yeah.
Just Stroll doing Stroll things.
Currently P1.
So George is through. Oscar is not safe at all.
P9.
try the same tyres again. See if I can get him out behind someone. Damn it.
And we want to generate some temperature for this outlap.
Copy.
God damn it. I didn't think he was going to come out. Ah. Alright, so who is on an outlap on track in front of me? Lawson. Don't think I can catch him in time.
Suggest reduce a bit, lift and coast.
Yep, copy.
Those tyres are really cold as well, look. Alright, McLaren, get out of my way. Don't hold me up. He's going to hold me up. Tyres are up to temperature. No, he's not. He's going to get out of the way. No improvement in the first. Oscar might be going out here. It's not the end of the world if I can at least get him up another place or two, because there are 5 cars with penalties. Not all of them are ahead of me, but some of them are. Slight lift with the Ferrari in the way. That's Hamilton. No improvement there. Bye-bye, Oscar. Oh, he does move up. He found a little bit in the final sector. So, Alonso has a penalty. Hulkenberg has a penalty. No, Hulkenberg doesn't have a penalty. It's only one car in front of me that's going to drop out the top 10. Damn it. And that's depending on where he qualifies as well. Once again, we have a messy qualifying here in Mexico.
Green light.
Very old tyres. Good enough to do a 115. That's not good enough to do anything substantial pace-wise. These tyres are worth about 1.2 seconds, which is how far off Ocon we are. We can get a slipstream on this run and have a clean run. Could be a pole for George, which would be a huge shot in the arm for him. Leclerc currently on pole. Watching and waiting for some movement. All right, here comes Charles. Can we salvage a good grid position for George?
Wake up those rear brakes.
Copy.
Looking to see where he goes onto a flyer. Right before corner entry. Okay. No, damn it.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
Went too soon. At least we don't get held up there. No words. Well, I'm going to run him again for one more lap. He'll cross the line. And it won't matter that it'll run out of fuel on the in-lap. But we are going to run out of battery. Feeling horrific. Piastri just couldn't get a clean run, didn't have enough good tyres left, and was eliminated in Q2. It's currently 12th. No improvement for George. Damn it. So, once again, Mexico is proving to be a bogey track qualifying-wise for us here. Alonso is 13. Yuki's in second. Wow. So, Alonso will take at least a 5-place penalty. So, that will move George up 1 place to 6th. Hopefully, it'll be a 10-place penalty, and that'll move Oscar up a place as well, but we'll see.
It's almost time to get things going here in Mexico City as we settle down for 71 laps of breathtaking action.
We've seen some unbelievable action around the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in the past. Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel had to fight off both Red Bull drivers only to be demoted off the podium in 2016 in what was a highly controversial moment.
Thin air at this elevation means less airflow around the car. Drivers could struggle with cooling their cars and themselves around Mexico City's track. It's a physical test of technology and human endurance alike. The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane ahead of today's race.
All right, let's have a look. Yes, we have been promoted with both drivers. That's good. So, we are going to be going soft, medium, soft, I think. Maybe medium, medium, soft. So I'll go with that, and then if we can save enough, I'll try and go with that instead. We'll see what happens with safety cars, VSCs, all that good stuff. I'm going to take 3 laps of fuel out. And let's send them to the grid for the start of the Mexican Grand Prix.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. And here's George Russell, focusing on the race ahead of him.
This will be their 150th race start in the sport of Formula One. Can they make it special?
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands. What will happen next? We're about to find out at the Mexico City Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Oh, bad start for Perez. Even Tony. So we've got Valtteri on hard tyres. Most of the grid's on softs. A few people on mediums. George has lost a couple of places.
Overtaking is very, very...
Oscar's gained a place.
Still plenty of opportunities.
Weekend was good, thank you. Had some issues trying to get OBS working yesterday, but apart from that, pretty good weekend.
DRS enabled.
So Leclerc scampering away at the front on those softs.
Stroll is now the car behind.
No, it's not sorted yet. That's on my to-do list for this week. But I've at least now got dual monitors set up working. Alonso at the back of the grid, so I'm guessing he had a pit lane start. Sargent and Zhou are back there as well. I wonder if they also had pit lane starts or if that was just penalties dropping them back there. Need to get in the habit of checking to see if anyone is in the pits at the start of the race going forward. Oscar looking to put the moves on Lawson and does so.
Use overtake.
Yeah, copy. There's only so much I can do.
Keep your head down.
Trying to get Oscar onto the back of George if we can.
If we could just drop back a bit.
Copy.
Gonna fall short. We got a nice little log jam in front of us here, which will hopefully slow the pack down enough for Oscar to close up.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery.
Let's try and slow George down a little bit more.
Yeah, Roger.
Need to push.
Right, he's not got DRS, but he has got the slipstream.
Alright, copy that.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
Copy.
And the train is formed back up again, so there's no breakaway at the front. We're still part of this league group.
Charge the pack.
Understood. Yep, fine.
Now we've got to break away. Yuki's dropped off the back
Going.
of the front two. But Ocon should get past him pretty quickly.
Yep.
Now we might have just dropped Lawson, but again, that gap will close up again.
He has DRS. Overtake available.
Let's see if we can move George forward a bit now that we've got Oscar into a good, safe place.
That was a nice move.
Good job.
Here we go, up 2 places past Hamilton and Hulkenberg. Which panto was it, Anthony? Puss in Boots, Jack and the Beanstalk. Aladdin. Or was it something a bit more modern? No, Cinderella. Yeah, I haven't been to a panto in decades, but
Focus on recharge.
I'm kind of, there with you in a way. I'm watching Once Upon a Time on Disney Plus at the moment.
Hulk behind us, DRS.
How you doing, Packins?
Yeah, but
Recharge on.
Oh, some very interesting lines there from Yuki Tsunoda. And we've got the move done.
And overtake is available.
Sort of.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Tsunoda has DRS.
Perez moves to the inside, so we'll go around the outside here.
Use overtake.
There we go, he's through, and we're going to go straight after Norris. Going to try and move past Hamilton now.
So Norris is the next car.
Not going to get through there, so we'll go back into top up.
Okay, recharge on.
Make sure we get the pack back.
Okay, tyre wear's looking pretty good right now.
use the overtake button.
Fight Stroll off. See if we can get the run on Hamilton here. Tucks it up the inside. Lovely move from Oscar.
Tyre management, everything's good.
Recharge on.
We'll have overtake available.
So Alonso's up to P17. Oh, he's making some progress. Ricardo P13.
Has DRS.
I want to try and get George onto the back of Ocon if I can.
This is good. Got Norris car ahead.
Or at the very least, get into the DRS train, which is what we've done. And we've left Leclerc high and dry. I'm going to start pushing Oscar again in a minute. Those two are looking to try and drop me. I think we just kept the DRS. Damn it, I got dropped by Hulkenberg.
Available.
Too busy paying attention to George. Neglected Oscar there.
Currently running P3. Oh. Gap ahead 0.9. Leclerc behind. Gap behind 3 seconds. We need more management.
Yeah.
Recharge on.
Can I get away with it? Really extreme tyre saving here?
Has DRS. Use overtake.
Yes, I can.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
Yep.
Sell a dummy to Hulkenberg there, send him to the inside. We'll go around the outside.
Okay, any feedback on these tyres?
Now we'll see if we can close up on Tsunoda and
Okay, so far.
Leclerc. 4-second gaps opened up now to Tsunoda. Russell moves ahead, so we'll put him onto a higher tyre pace again. We're on Leclerc already. That did not take long. Oh, his tyres are dying, look. No wonder his pace has fallen away.
Norris car ahead. Gap ahead 1.6.
Recharge on is good. Recharge on.
use overtake.
Nice. That was good. Okay, that's P5.
Okay, ahead of you.
Okay, moving up through the order.
Gap is 1.7.
Nearly where we need to be for the tyres.
Keep your head down. Sonoda behind. He's 4 seconds.
Recharge on.
Overtake will be available.
Yes, DRS. Tyre temperatures are in a good window. We want good pace.
Now we can leave our tyres at this pace setting. We can always do a little bit of saving on the next set of softs if we need to, but
P4.
don't want to do any saving at all on the final set if at all possible. We've broken away from Sonoda and we've got George back where he needs to be.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery pack up. Copy. Copy.
Trying to keep that watching brief with George at the moment to allow Oscar a chance to try and close up. And that is the fastest lap for Oscar, 1:19.9.
Copy.
And there is Oscar.
Copy.
Yellow flag, that's Lawson.
Oscar, there are yellow flags ahead.
Copy.
Let's have a look at that. Right, let's have a look now. Around turn 3. Oh, and a fairly substantial crash there. Thankfully, though, they come away from that unharmed.
It's kind of a little bit of karma there for what he was trying to do to Zhou on the inside of 2 there. Pushed him completely off the track. Did Oscar get the DRS? I hope he did.
Copy.
Charge the pack.
Copy.
Pack is low.
Yes, he did. Just excellent.
Now recharge on now.
Norris has scampered away. Started pushing early. He's going to be boxing soon.
Nice job.
We will be letting George win this race if we get the opportunity.
2.4.
try and alleviate his
Recharge on.
deficit to Oscar, give him a little bit of a boost in the mentality hub. Lawson is into the pits, and he's gone onto a set of hard tyres. He's got damage on that front wing still. Yes, he does. No spare front wing then for Liam Lawson.
Recharge on.
And reminder for recharge.
Now Perez comes in. So does Fittipaldi.
Lovely stuff.
Okay, well done. That is currently P3.
Medium tyres and hard tyres.
Recharge on.
Okay, use to deploy.
Russell has caught the back of Norris, trying to leave Ocon behind. Don't know if you got the DRS or not, and Norris is in. We will get DRS, or we should do, with George. Yes, we do. And medium tyres there. Leclerc coming in as well. Ocon did get DRS off the back of Oscar. I had a feeling he might have done. Hard tyres going on there. What about Porsche? Mediums for him. So Ocon's going to try and box his lap.
Recharge on.
Be nice to overtake him, but
I'm
going to use the opportunity to try and recharge the battery and then get DRS from him at the start of the next lap.
Recharge on. Copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
And there we go, Ocon into the pits. See where he comes out in relation to Norris. He should be behind him, but Norris in traffic behind Ricciardo and Alonso and Van Dorn. Hulkenberg dropping in as well. That is hard tyres going on for Ocon. Decent stop, nothing spectacular there. Alonso coming in as well. So that will potentially free up a little bit of clear air. For Esteban there. Decent stop.
Overtake available. Copy.
Ocon is, what, 4.5 seconds behind Norris.
Copy. Just show me what you've got there. Copy.
We're in a good position here, so no risk.
Copy.
Be careful with the car.
Yeah, copy, all good.
And now Hamilton's in. New fastest lap for Lando Norris, a 1:19.6. It's not that much faster than our effort. 3.5 tenths. Hamilton will drop out behind Leclerc, but will also get overtaken by Porsche here. As it will go very slowly into turn 1. Oh, he does actually block Hulkenberg and Porsche. So the Ferrari's 9th and 10th right now.
Copy. Yeah, copy.
Focus on recharge.
Copy. Yeah, copy.
And now we can start playing Leapfrog.
Currently P2. Next car is Russell. 0.4.
Now Stroll with the new fastest lap of 1:19.5, as a tenth quicker than Lando. A nice little lead at the moment. Obviously we're kind of out of sequence with a lot of cars here, and we're going to be very out of sequence with a lot of cars once we do finally box. And that's a yellow flag. Just wondering if we would get a safety car. It's a lockup for Alonso. That actually helps us immensely in the constructors.
Right here. The brakes couldn't cope.
That's
By
a
that
big
point,
lockup.
it was just too late.
That'll lose Alonso a lot of ground and will do additional damage to those tyres.
Okay, Oscar, recharge on.
Copy.
As Ricciardo drops into the pits. Hard tyres for him. Sainz coming in as well. And Ricciardo has fell out ahead of Alonso, which would not have happened without that lockup. So that has really worked out nicely for us there.
Recharge on.
Yuki's into the pits. He's going for another set of medium, so that could be a medium hard or a medium soft that he's going to be going on. It's gone 23 laps, so that to me suggests maybe he'll go with softs. But the AI does like to throw on hards and just hammer them when a set of softs would get them through. He's going to feed out just in front of Hulkenberg. Will he hold the position? No, he won't. And Hamilton goes through as well. And so does Fittipaldi. He's going to end up blocking Stroll there.
Lift off end of straight.
Norris now clear into third place and closing quickly. Very slow lap for George last. I don't know why.
And we still need more lift and coast.
Roger.
Pack is high.
Copy.
Recharge on, please.
Copy.
Okay, recharge on is good. Focus on recharge.
Copy.
Come on, George, get back in the train. Don't know if he got it. Guess we'll find out on the main straight.
Time management all good so far?
Yeah, copy.
No, he didn't, but he got it close enough to get the slipstream. New fastest lap for Hulkenberg, and then immediately beaten by Fittipaldi. It's a 1:19.0. That time starting to drop substantially now. That's half a second quicker than the previous recorded one. So George gets a nice little boost. Which he desperately needed because his confidence had sapped itself back down to starting level. New fastest lap again. Hulkenberg at 1:18.7. Yeah, those times are definitely starting to tumble. Norris is now just 5.5 seconds behind us. His tyres like 73%. I think I'm going to box us a lap or two early. And then we'll just have to do a little bit of tyre saving on those softs for a few laps. Knock on 6 seconds behind Norris, so he has not been able to make any real progress this stint. There is Norris. Now just 4.5 seconds behind.
So happy to drop lift and coast.
Yeah, copy.
And recharge on. Yep, copy.
So Oscar, we can look after this tyre.
Copy. Overtake is available.
Copy.
Pack is high.
I'm going to box George this lap. Well,
Flat out.
on this next lap that's about to happen. And we'll go one more lap with Oscar.
We are ready for you.
Yeah.
Go, Kate. Push. Recharge off.
Yeah, copy. George recommends we start bringing the battery back up.
Copy.
Charge the pack.
There we go, George into peak confidence.
And if we could just do a little bit more lift and coast.
See Norris really closing us up now.
Box, box.
Copy, box.
Okay, maximum pace.
That'll be an easy pass for Norris. .2 would have been nice to be a little bit quicker, but it's not a bad opening stop.
Exit.
Where are we going to feed out? In some traffic.
So we think there's still opportunities here. Car behind is now Ocon.
Right in front of Hamilton.
So it's currently P8. Perez car ahead. Gap ahead 0.7. So we got Lewis car behind. He's 2.5 seconds behind. So let's just keep these tyres in good condition.
Copy.
Push and hold, overtake.
Yeah, copy.
George should have DRS on Perez at the end of the lap. Oh, damn it, I didn't box Oscar. I've done that before. Bugger.
So Oscar will box this lap.
Box.
Ah, silly mistake.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
Copy.
Ferrari good or bad? Well, they're kind of in between. They've had some good pace at times, but they haven't had enough pace to be a consistent challenger. They've had some really bad runs of results at times as well. Hamilton has struggled a lot this season. Leclerc is world champion at the moment. He was world champion last season, so...
Shall we roll?
Nice job, really nice job. Currently P7. Next car is Hulkenberg. Gap 2.1.
There you can see the number 1 on the back of Leclerc's car. But he's not in the title picture this year. And Ferrari are nowhere near in the constructors. They've had a very weird season. Hamilton spent quite a lot of the season demoralised, so his stats were down in the 70s. He's back to normal, I think, now. how much time we've lost to Norris.
That was a quick lap.
At least we didn't give DRS to Ocon. That gap's 9 seconds between Norris and Ocon now. 2.3, again, would be nice to be quicker, but it's not too bad, and it was a clean stop. Oscar's going to come out way behind George as a result of having that delayed stop. He's going to be down behind Stroll in 12th place.
Good job.
I don't really need to do much in the way of tyre saving with him now, so
3.8 seconds.
Use overtake.
Copy.
maybe a little bit, but nothing too substantial, so we can move him up through the order a bit quicker.
That is Stroll ahead.
Norris has calmed his car back down again from the 118s to a 121.6. That's 2 seconds slower than George did on his last lap. Although George was using battery. And fuel saving as well. No DRS for Oscar this lap. But if Stroll didn't get it, we should get him. Can't tell if Stroll's wings open. It is. Yeah, he did get it just. Russell has caught the back of Porsche.
Overtake is available.
Yeah, let's turn the battle assist off. We don't need that.
Recharge on. Copy.
So that's the current tyre situation. You can see we are very much out of sequence with the cars that we're racing
Tyre temperatures are good.
because we went so long on that first stint.
Nice one.
And George moves through.
So Leclerc car ahead.
Push on after Charles.
Use the overtake button. Copy.
And we get past Stroll.
And a reminder for the recharge button.
Yeah.
We're just about onto Leclerc.
Use overtake. Yep. Copy. Use the tyre.
Past Perez. Let's see if we can get Fittipaldi into turn 4. George is through.
Ocon ahead.
18 seconds behind Norris. And we're not getting through there.
Okay, recharge on is good.
We've already left Leclerc for dead. And gap should come down very quickly, hopefully, to Ocon. Yeah, stay tucked up. I don't want you getting the move done until the main straight.
Taking is very, very difficult.
No harm done.
Let's see what pace you can do.
Has DRS.
Just save an extra couple of percent with George, and then we can turn those tyres up again.
Use overtake.
Took 2.5 seconds out of Norris, a second and a half out of Ocon.
Recharge on.
When I get down to about half a kilo underfueled before I turn the fuel saving off.
Overtake available.
We've given up the DRS, I think, to Porsche, so we'll have to burn the battery here.
Focus on recharge.
Here we go.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre. Copy.
So gap to Norris down to 15 seconds now. Took another 0.8 out of Ocon, another 1.3, nearly 1.4 seconds out of Norris on that last tour. And we'll stop the fuel save now.
And this car ahead is Sonoda.
Sonoda 0.6.
Straight past Hamilton there. DRS and the slipstream to Yuki. And we should jump all over Hulkenberg here as well, hopefully. Maybe not.
Overtake is available.
Okay, we are just past the halfway point. And we are in excellent shape right now.
Next car on track is Hulkenberg. Plenty to play for. has DRS.
So Yuki's going to be vulnerable to Hulkenberg and hopefully us as well. You can see we're getting that slipstream and DRS.
Tyre temperature management looking very good.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, use deploy.
And we punch past the pair of them. Not quite past Hulkenberg. But we'll fend off Sonoda.
Recharge on.
Alright, we can stop saving fuel with George now.
So happy to drop.
He's 4 seconds behind Ocon now. And closing quickly. We'll stop tyre saving with him as well.
Yeah, agree.
Charge the pack.
Copy. Hulkenberg's ahead.
There we go, past Hulkenberg.
There are opportunities ahead.
Oscar now up to P5.
Overtake available.
Next up, Charles Leclerc. Big gap between our drivers, over 10 seconds. That's mainly because we accidentally kept Oscar out for an extra lap when we should have boxed him. So he's got 2 lap younger tyres than George, but we've obviously been messing around with the tyre saving, so that's not really all that relevant. Back down to about a 1 lap tyre difference now. We're straight onto Leclerc.
Recharge on is good.
Take the opportunity to get some more battery in the car. Ocon's picked his pace up a little bit. 120.3, actually 3 tenths quicker than us there. And Hulkenberg is in for his second stop. So this is probably going to be for hard tyres to the end. If it's soft, he's going on a 3 stop.
0.4.
It's hard, so that should be him to the end.
Lose too much time.
Sweet.
Good job. You're currently P4. Next car is Russell. Use overtake.
Norris has the fastest lap so far, 118.6. We haven't tried to go for it. We're going to wait until we get on the next set of tyres before we do that. And Norris is in earlier than I thought he would be. I haven't really checked the tyre wear recently, but that's hard tyres, so that could be Norris to the end. Comes out behind Leclerc. Tsunoda and Hamilton are closing that gap down quickly. There they are. Hamilton getting past Yuki. And Norris just gets out in front into the entry to turn 1. Will Hamilton get him here, though? Hamilton has the DRS. And Yuki's pushing, so he's going to immediately break away from Lewis. We've taken more time out of Ocon there, another 7 tenths, and Oscar is closing the gap.
Okay, next car is Russell. Okay, Leclerc is the car behind.
It's all going to come down to the final stint.
5 seconds behind.
this will work for us beautifully if there's no safety car. If there's a safety car, it'll complicate things, because those who've gone onto hard tyres will stop
Pack is low
and put on a set of softs or mediums. I'm almost certain of that. And then our potential pace advantage goes away.
Your recharge on is good.
We don't have any more soft tyres apart from the ones that we're scheduled to put on after this stop, but we do have a brand new set of mediums for both. As Yuki comes into the pits, and that's him going to the end now on hard tyres. Norris gets past Charles Leclerc. He's 6 seconds behind Oscar. Let's see how quickly he tries to close us down. And Tsunoda comes out behind Perez. Let's see, there's Alonso in 11th right now, and we'll be stopping this lap. So he still hasn't caught up to the points yet, which again is excellent news for us in the constructors. Russell took 1.5 seconds out of Ocon. Piastri took 1.2. Norris took 2.2 out of us. He's going to be very quick for a while. I still think he might have enough pace to win this Grand Prix, and I'm kind of okay with that. I would prefer if we can get the win with George. We need George to be outscoring Norris, as Alonso is now in. He's gone mediums. They could well take him to the end. Depends how much he looks after them. And there you see the gap now, almost caught the back of Esteban.
So car ahead now is Ocon.
So he's going to be putting on a set of mediums or a set of softs, I think, to finish off. Norris's pace slowed down a little bit now that he stopped pushing those hards from his outlaps, but he's still a little bit quicker than Oscar.
Yep.
And overtake is available.
Coming.
Looks like Ocon's picking his pace up a touch.
And if you could just give us tyre feedback.
So he's going to be getting ready to stop himself. Maybe he's just reacting to the fact that George has got nice and close. But given his tyre wear, I think it's more likely he's actually pushing,
Ocon ahead.
ready for a pit stop.
Gap ahead 1.8. George, recommend we start bringing the battery pack up.
Coming.
There is Oscar and there is Norris in the background.
How's the tyre doing?
It's still okay.
Ocon ahead. Gap ahead 1.4.
And Charles Leclerc is into the pits. So let's see, is he going to go mediums? Yes, he is. And that was a decent stop for Ferrari there. Where does he feed out? Oh, behind a whole group of cars. He's going to drop behind Perez and Lawson there as well. He'll have to get blue flagged out the way, but he will get out in front of Zhou. Zhou and Porsche just squabbling there. Charles is off and away. George now almost in range. I don't know if I got the DRS. Hope I did.
Gap 1.0.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So we need to introduce more lift and coast.
Understood.
Enzo's in. Look at this. Saubers, both of them in the top 10 right now.
Available.
And Ricardo Hamilton also need to stop. So that's a couple of cars that will drop behind Fittipaldi potentially. George's pit window has just about opened. I think, no, it hasn't opened yet.
Still plenty of opportunities.
Oh wow, Norris caught Oscar.
We are ready.
That happened a little quicker than I was expecting. Oh, Norris had a push lap. Yeah, 119.8.
Yep, fine.
More lift and coast.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Yeah.
Now we are getting all four cars very close together again.
Copy.
Except Norris doesn't need to stop again, and all three of the rest of us do.
Gap 0.8.
Yeah, he's flying. Look how quickly he's closing up onto the back of George here.
Remember recharge.
Yeah, copy.
And there goes Ocon into the pits.
Happy to use the tyre more now.
So, softs or mediums?
Yeah.
Mediums.
Copy.
pick up the pushing level.
Valtteri boxes as well. Let's see where he feeds out. Alonso still down in 15th place.
Yeah, he did get DRS.
Yeah, copy.
Oscar, suggest reduce a bit, lift and coast.
Copy.
Charge the pack.
Copy.
And now Lewis is into the pits. Soft tyres for Hamilton, so he could be pacey. Going to feed out ahead of Sargent. I'm going to go one more lap here with George and box him on the next one. Tyres are struggling, so he's going to get overtaken this time round.
Has DRS. Box.
I can probably get away with boxing Oscar this lap, actually.
And we are boxed this lap.
5.5 seconds or 5 seconds the gap. New fastest lap for Esteban Ocon, a 1:17.6. 4 tenths quicker than Leclerc's previous effort. Into the pits for Ricciardo. Soft tyres for Danny Rick.
Recharge on.
He gets out just ahead of Carlos Sainz and Hamilton. All right, here we go, into the pits. This needs to be a clean stop. Doesn't have to be lightning fast, it just has to be clean because we've got Oscar coming in right behind as well. No! God damn it, we lost 4 seconds. And now we've got a problem with Oscar as well. God damn.
With traffic with Ferrari.
Aye. We're going to come out behind Charles Leclerc here and Hulkenberg. I mean, that's not horrible because it means that we will get the chance to get some extra confidence back into George quickly.
Hulkenberg car ahead. Behind we got Piastri. Gap 5.7.
And we're ahead of Porsche, but we've got our work cut out for us now because we are 30.5 seconds behind and 38 seconds behind with Oscar.
Yeah, copy.
So Oscar, you're P8. Next car is Russell.
Evening, Mike. Season's going well.
Gap 0.7.
leading both championships, although it's not an ideal result. Look, you know, on the cards for us at the moment today.
Yes, use the chance now.
Copy.
So next lap will be a flying lap attempt for both drivers. In fact, yeah, both drivers. Porsche has got through against Oscar.
No hop done.
Let's see how quickly we can go when we go flat out.
So start closing up that gap.
Oscar's good. Oscar's very good.
Use overtake.
Yeah.
So George goes through, gets a nice shot of confidence in the process.
Happy with
And
that.
this should be a purple lap for George. Oscar's won't be, because he hasn't got the DRS, but it will still be a quick lap. He dives up the inside of Charles. Beautiful stuff. At this point, we're going to get Perez before the end of the lap as well.
Nice job. So Perez next car. Gap ahead of 1.7.
Oh, excellent. We've got the DRS again. Oh, we didn't quite get him, look. Helmet cam looks much better this time around. Yeah, it is. They got away with the excessive scratching on the lenses. Still get some spots, which is fine. But it's just cleaner. It's more stable as well. There's no jerky head movements this time around. And it's a 1:15.9. Yeah, there you go. Nearly 2 seconds quicker than Ocon.
That was a nice move.
Nice job, mate. Next car is Sonoda.
We took 4 seconds just about out of Lando on that lap.
And we'll be cooling the tyres.
Copy.
So Oscar, we can look after this tyre.
Copy.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
Copy.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery pack up. So as much tyre cooling as you can manage, please.
Yeah, roger.
Yeah, so stay tucked up.
Sonoda ahead. Ahead 0.2. Keep your head down.
This should be a straightforward overtake. There we go.
Nice one.
Nice job. Currently P3. So car ahead now is Ocon.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
Copy.
Okay, recharge on.
Copy.
5.5 seconds to Ocon. He will definitely be caught. I don't know about Lando. 15 laps to go. Let's check their tyres. So, Norris should be the slowest of the three at the front.
So happy to drop a little bit of management.
We can use the pace now.
Taking the nasty heat sting out of the tyre there.
Okay, recharge on.
Copy.
So now we need to keep them in the operational window, which is why I've not got them on super saving.
And the next car is Hulkenberg.
0.8.
Deep breath, you're going to be okay.
Recharge on is good.
Copy.
Suggest reduce a bit, lift and coast.
Copy.
Okay, buddy, recharge on.
Copy.
So just a regular lap there for George, 119.6. That's not quick enough. But if I push too hard too soon, I am going to burn out my tyres and then my pace is going to suffer later. So it's going to be a tricky one to judge exactly when to push, when not to. Oscar's not going to get on top step tonight.
Time management looks okay.
He's just too far off.
Okay. Yeah.
But hopefully I can get him into P3. It's still an ask. A hell of an ask to get him up there. But we'll do what we can. I am going to try and close up onto Ocon.
Overtake available.
.120s for the leaders, 119 for George. That's a bit better. Let's see what Oscar can do this lap. 117. There we go.
Next car's Perez. 1.5.
Plenty to play for.
Recharge on.
You see George's tyres fell out the window. So we'll just give him a little bit of a nudge.
And when you can, feedback on your tyres.
I don't want to take the fastest lap away from George with Oscar because George needs the points more. Can George catch Lando? I don't know. Maybe. Is the honest answer. I'm hopeful that Oscar can catch Ocon, but I mean, fourth will be fine for Oscar. He's got some wiggle room.
Perez is ahead now. 0.4. There's still
We're going to outscore Red Bull quite heavily again in the constructors, given that Alonso's down in P14 right now.
Overtake available.
And I can definitely get Oscar up into P4. Beyond that, I don't know. We are slower than McLaren. We are slower than Red Bull. At least in Ocon and Norris's hands. So third and fourth would be an acceptable result.
Recharge on.
Ocon pushing, trying to close up to Norris. That's why the gap's gone back up to 4.7.
Car ahead is Leclerc.
It's temporary. That pace will come back down again. Also, Ocon got some DRS, I think, maybe. I'm not sure.
So you are P6 at the moment, currently P6.
I mean, the gap has come down by a second a lap consistently, with just 16 and a half seconds behind, with 10 laps to go at the end of this one. Tyres might become an issue for George. It's one of the reasons I wanted to get him up onto Ocon, so that I could recharge the battery and save the tyres in his slipstream.
.9. We think there's still opportunities here.
Yeah, Ocon is really pushing hard. Look,
Recharge on.
Norris
Recharge on.
2 seconds slower on that lap.
And Oscar, the pack is good.
And we're past Charles. Now it's time to go after Tsunoda.
Use the overtake button.
Let's get on top of this, management.
There is a Williams in front. Not sure which one it is. It is Verstappen. He's not close enough to get DRS off the back of Ocon, I don't think. So he should start dropping back into our clutches now. He's doing 120.4s. Let's see if Norris has responded on this lap. No. 121.0. Ocon's pace dropping off again, a 120.0 there.
Good step there.
119.9 for George.
Next car is
We're past Piastri. 117.2. When we've got battery, we can get a lot of pace, but it's managing the battery. Yeah, 15 seconds to Norris. I don't think we can catch him. But we are closing down Ocon again. Oscar has left Tsunoda behind, that's good. Norris picking his pace up a little bit there. 6/10 out of Ocon, only 3/10 out of Norris on that lap. Oscar 2 seconds out of Norris. But again, battery.
Recharge button on.
So happy to drop lift and coast.
Copy.
See Verstappen there. I think Verstappen is just close enough to get DRS. He's going to act as a springboard for us. When we get on Verstappen, we'll get past him and onto the DRS of Ocon.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery pack up.
Copy.
Oscar, you can reduce the LICO slightly.
Right, Max has lost the DRS.
More lift and coast for these PU temps.
Copy.
We haven't got it, but we've got a slipstream. It's the next best thing.
Okay.
Just increased LICO.
Yeah. Copy.
Just waiting for Verstappen to get blue flag now. Really kind of hope we don't get blue flagged, so I can get some battery harvesting done.
Copy.
So really look after these tyres.
Copy.
Ah, there we go. He went through.
So happy to push now.
Five laps.
5 laps remaining.
Yeah, copy. Yeah, copy.
Norris has picked his pace up again. We're only 6 points ahead of Norris. If we can get ahead of Ocon, then we will only drop 6 points today because we have the fastest lap. And I think Norris has got more wins than we do, so we'll be behind him but level on points. I need Ocon to start dropping away. He's matching us at the moment, keeping that gap at 3 seconds.
Let's go flat out.
We just don't have enough downforce through the corners against the McLaren. It's so quick through the corners right now. And Norris is riding a nice wave of confidence as well. And the Red Bull has got just too much top speed for us. It's closer in the downforce. We are still behind it in the downforce, but not as badly as we are against the McLarens. But it's just got so much more pace than us, and its acceleration's best on the grid. It's making it very tricky in situations like this to try and get that last little bit.
Use the pace now.
Three laps remaining.
Coming.
I actually thought our pace would be a little quicker than it had been against Ocon. The tyres didn't hold up enough. We still have a chance of third, and I'm going to keep fighting for it. Sorry, of second.
Okay, use deploy.
Yeah, copy.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
Come on, George, give me what you got. Leclerc's got himself up ahead of Tsunoda now. They're 13 seconds behind Oscar, so there's no risk there. Going to come down to these last 2 laps.
Copy.
2 laps at the end of this lap.
Copy.
Charge the pack.
Yeah, copy.
Getting closer.
Ocon ahead. Gap ahead of 1.9. Keep your head down. Let's push and get past him.
We are bingo fuel.
Pack is low.
Yep.
And reminder for recharge.
Copy.
So 1 remaining.
Copy.
George, we still need to increase the level of lift and coast.
Copy.
I don't think I've got enough left.
Ocon ahead. Gap 1.4 ahead. So fuel unsafe.
Copy.
Okay, so let's just get head down now. Overtake available.
Nah, he's going to stay ahead. Not close enough. I needed the DRS here to have the chance of a lunge into the baseball stadium.
let's get into the tyre cooling, please.
Third and fourth, considering the horror show that was our qualifying, I can live with that. You know, it's still a podium. It's a double points finish. We got the fastest lap to... Oh, no! No! No!
That's the checkered flag. That's P3.
I think that was the most we could have got today, so thank you. Thank you.
Great job.
So when you get to the FIA, we do turn the car fully off, kill the engine, wait for 5 seconds, and then turn it fully off with the ignition switch.
Now, wasn't it an excellent showing from Oscar Piastri?
What a fantastic result for the team who got everything right for this podium. They deserve nothing less.
We may see these kind of scenes a lot in Formula One, but it's easy to forget just what it means to the whole team. The man from down under, Oscar Piastri, heads up to our podium.
No stranger to the podium at all, that's for certain. This is the kind of consistency every driver wants to have.
A carnival atmosphere, as always, for the Mexico City Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
And that's it from us all here in Mexico City.
Coming up in the next round is the Sao Paulo Grand Prix as we head to Brazil. Join us next time at Interlagos.
No worse. What a disaster. Not only did George drop out of the points and basically to the back of the grid, we've lost a bonus point for the fastest lap as well because he didn't finish in the top 10. Oh, what a disaster. Oh, I can't believe we ran out of fuel halfway around the final corner. Confirmation of the final result. Lando takes the win ahead of Ocon. Oscar up to third place. Leclerc gets fourth for Ferrari. He needed those points. Desperately needed those points. Tsunoda gets fifth. Sixth place for Ricciardo. He also desperately needed a good result. So pleased for Ricciardo. Perez in seventh. Hulkenberg eighth. Enzo Fittipaldi up 10 places to take ninth there. He's suddenly starting to find his feet in Formula One. And Porsche getting the final point thanks to George running out of fuel there. Bottas 11th, then it's 12th for Stroll, 13th for Alonso, 14th for Zhou, 15th for Hamilton, 16th for Sargent, 17th for Stoffel, 18th for George Russell. Then the lapped cars of Carlos Sainz 19th, Max 20th, Gasly 21st, and Lawson 22nd. So driver standings then. We lose 3 points to Ocon. But, you know, we could afford to lose those 3 points. Our gap comes down now to 137. Yes, 137. Norris moves above George by 19 points thanks to that win. That's his third win of the season. George does have more wins. He has 4 wins. That could be vital in that fight now for third place. Alonso, a long way back in 5th, 164 points. No points for him today either. Leclerc, there you see now just 2 points behind Alonso as he starts to recover up the order a little bit. That's going to be a good fight between those two. And I would have to give the edge to Charles. He's going to lose his title this year. Hopefully we're the ones to take it from him. Tsunoda gets another 10 points as well. That moves him 12 points clear of Lewis Hamilton now. Porsche is 18 points clear of teammate Sainz. Hulkenberg in 11th. Ricciardo 12th. Some much needed points for him. He's now just 6 points behind Hulkenberg. Bottas in 13th. Then it's Lawson 14th. Stroll 15th. 16th for Sargent. 17th for Enzo Fittipaldi, gaining another 2 points. Just 2 behind Logan Sargent now. Perez up 3 places into 18th with his 6 points gained. Puts him on 8th now, ahead of Zhou, Gasly and Van Dorn, all dropping down a place each. Max stays in the bottom standing there with just 2 points. In the constructor standings, again, we lose 3 points to Red Bull. McLaren take a lot of points out of us, but they are so far behind us that is kind of irrelevant. They're not in contention for the constructors. It is between us and Red Bull. And we have a very, very healthy lead here as well, as you can see. So we have, I said 137 there, didn't I? It's only 37 there. I was getting mixed up with the constructors. We have a 144-point lead over Red Bull with 4 races to go, 2 of which are sprints. So it's still mathematically possible for Red Bull to win the title, but it's highly unlikely. Let's see, how many points are available? 44 times 4. That is 96. Plus another 15 for the sprints as well. 30, so that can't be right. 44 times 4 is 120, 136. Plus 30. So there's 166 points available. We are 144 points ahead. So we can afford, more disasters like that, and still we are likely to win the constructors. But we certainly can't afford more disasters like that for our drivers. Let's see, we got some pit stop points. No, we didn't even get on the leaderboard there. The slowest was 2.0. Our best stop was 2.28. And then we had a disaster stop there with a problem with a stock wheel nut and a car release error there as well. So, dear. We do like to make things difficult for ourselves, don't we? Ferrari moved top again in the DHL competition. They've been trading places with Red Bull all season. They now have a 25-point lead, with Red Bull not getting any points today either. McLaren pick up some points. They are a way off. They're 72 points behind Red Bull. I don't think they can catch them, but never say never. Mercedes in 4th are now 47 points behind, but they have closed the gap tonight, outscoring McLaren by 18. Alpine have moved above us by just 4 points, so we are still in the fight for P5. Then it's Aston in 7th, RB 8th, Haas 9th, Williams 10th, Sauber in 11th. And of course, we miss out on George's payout as well. So, just 685k added today. Speaking of sprints, that will be our next race. Tomorrow, we go to Brazil to finish off this triple header and our penultimate sprint race. Aurélien Pallier has gone up by an overall point. Excellent stuff. We've got our new ATR period. Please tell me that the tension is fixed. No, it's not. Damn it. George getting too big for his boots again. So tensions have got worse. Let's see. We can at least get that research project started now. Let's do a rear wing. We'll drop half of the hours into it. There we go. And then when one of these projects finishes, we'll get the next one done as well. Let's see. Oh, 3 car part failures. That's not so good. So spare rear wing, spare side pod, spare underfloor. We need to make another side pod now, I think. Just check the state of the one. Yeah, definitely need to, because that's going to go, and the underfloor is going to go as well. So it's going to leave us without a spare underfloor. So we've got some spare parts that we have to build. I don't think I can afford both. Let's build the side pod, and then we'll just have to wait for the underfloor. We'll be able to build it between the triple headers. It's going to be another wet Brazil. This circuit is always a bogey track for me, and in the wet, it's going to be just as bad, if not worse. Dear. We've got a way to go yet. We've got almost a month to go. In fact, we have got a month to go until we get our sponsor money. There it is, after we go to Vegas. Dear. Let's see what the board thought. They were still delighted with the podium. Design Center has got that refurb need coming. I'm holding on because I want to get the upgrade rather than a refurb. Factory, we know we need to refurb that. We can't afford that. Team Hub is about to break. We'll try and repair that with just a straight upgrade over the winter. Boardroom, don't care about the boardroom. Hospitality is going to go soon. We need to do an upgrade on that. Everything else is okay for now. But again, we just don't have enough money at the end of the season to get done what we need to get done. Let's advance time. And there we go. That is it for tonight's race. So there are your current standings as we get ready for Brazil tomorrow. If you have enjoyed tonight's race, please do drop a like on the stream. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'm a little downbeat for obvious reasons. I'm going to try and get some recording done this week, so make sure you're subscribed to the new channel, Jim Bob Plays. If you're curious about some PC game footage, I'm going to be dropping some Frostpunk, the original Frostpunk, on there very, very soon, as well as the start of an ETS playthrough. That may well be a live stream playthrough from Twitch. ATS will be a few weeks away. And Motorsport Manager will be coming to the channel soon as well, probably sometime over the Christmas period. I was hoping to be able to debut the channel with Indiana Jones Golden Circle, because I got a code for that when I bought my PC, but apparently I can't download it, so I don't know what the hell's going on. I need to get in contact with support about that, try and figure out why I no longer have access to a title that I should have access to. And if you haven't joined me on Twitch yet, please do join me on Twitch. It's going to be a while before I can even think about simulcasting to both Twitch and YouTube, because I would have to pay for that, and I can't afford to do that. So we will be moving live streams predominantly over to Twitch. But we will continue to stream this, or at least this Brabham series will continue to stream on YouTube until its conclusion. And then any other series that we do with F1 Manager will be streamed on Twitch. But then will eventually get uploaded onto YouTube. I'm going to try to set up a Discord server. I'm going to try and put some stuff on Patreon as well, without any ads. So there'll be an option there for people as well. Lots of stuff to come over the next few weeks, until we can get the PC figured out properly. It's kind of putting a crimp on things. It's slowing down what I was hoping to be able to get done, but we'll get there. We'll get there sooner, I hope, rather than later. So, yeah, there we go. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob. I'll be back with more F1 Manager tomorrow at the usual time, 8 PM. Until then, I'll see you later.